What's a pet peeve about living with me? Welcome back to episode number 5.
5.
Is it 5?
I think it's 5.
Yeah,
I think it's 5. Yeah, welcome back. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We had an incredible Thanksgiving. Dan is back from Chicago. He missed last week's episode, so welcome back, Dan.
Hi.
Dev was also in Chicago. How was that, bud? Good to see the fam.
Dude, it was a blast.
You
Hanging
asked
out
me
with
how it
everyone.
was.
That was 2 weeks ago. Anyways.
Wow. No, it was a good time. It was a good time hanging with fam and catching up. Haven't seen him.
Yeah, you hadn't been home in how long?
I haven't been home in like a year, so it was good to be back.
Dude, that is absolutely crazy. Wow. Casey and I watched, we saw Lenium, which was incredible over the break. I got to meet Nia Noah. I was so hyped about that. One of my favorite, cinematographers. He's the cinematographer for Lenium. Guy's incredible. Yeah, Dan, how was your Thanksgiving, man?
I had a really good Thanksgiving. It was really low key. Went to my parents' house. There were only 6 of us.
Yeah.
But
sometimes that's better though, you know?
Yeah,
it's kind of like more one-on-one.
yeah, there were no arguments, which was really good.
That was good.
That's no fun.
Do you assist in the turkey making, Dan?
I don't. No.
Is that all your mom?
Actually, it's usually my dad.
Really?
My dad kind of takes over. It was really funny because my dad was in the other room when we took it out, and my mom started to cut it, and she started, and then she goes, "Yeah, you know what? Your dad usually does this. I'm not doing this."
Yeah.
She goes, "I'm not doing this."
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Thanksgiving food. Do we like it? Do we not like it?
Absolutely love it.
You love Thanksgiving food?
I like certain parts of it.
Which ones?
I feel like turkey is pretty overrated.
I completely agree.
And the reason I say that, he's rolling up his sleeves.
Yeah.
He's ready to fight.
Yeah, I heard you.
The reason I say that is it's just I feel like it's too like every day. Like you can go get a turkey sandwich anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Before you respond, whoa, okay, easy. So wait, what's one other thing besides turkey that you don't like?
That I don't like?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of bad looks on this one. I don't love cranberry sauce.
Dude, that's okay. That is across the board. Wait,
Sorry,
sorry, Casey. Do you like hater love?
No, I love it.
You
I think
love
it's
it.
great, yeah.
Really? I cannot stand it, dude. I never get excited for Thanksgiving food.
What
It's-
part-
You
You
have
don't-
not had good Thanksgiving
He doesn't
food.
like
That's
breakfast.
not-
He doesn't like Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite part about Thanksgiving is the day after when my mom makes turkey gravy with biscuits.
100.
Yeah. Dude, okay.
Dude,
here's one more
that's
question.
next level.
One more question, then we're gonna move on really
Okay.
quick. You have your Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you eat it. Do we like leftovers?
100%. So
Yes,
get this.
yeah.
This year.
I hate leftovers.
Why?
It's cold. It's old. It was so
cold.
yesterday.
Throw it in
Okay,
a microwave.
hey, dude.
Oh,
Let's
my.
go.
But it's like
It's
part of- it's America.
I hate leftovers in any
Okay,
category.
check this out.
Except for
my parents
quesadillas.
made turkey enchiladas.
Okay.
With the leftovers.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Wait,
Like they cook
isn't
their own
that
turkey?
the opposite of Thanksgiving, like like Mexican food?
Well, yeah, it's the day after, so who cares?
Oh, that's a good point.
You know,
Good point,
like-
good point. Okay.
Okay, all right, boys. Here we go. We're gonna move on really quick.
I wanna know
It's
what
obviously a
he's
very
gonna say.
passionate subject. Okay, so this is something I thought was interesting. So,
That's crazy, man.
all of you, at one point in life, have technically lived with me. Dan has a toothbrush in my bathroom, so you pretty much live with me.
Oh,
So
no,
yeah,
it's not. Nope.
No, it's absolutely true. It's a little pink one. Yeah, it's actually true.
It is
So-
actually a little pink one. It's
Yeah, it's 100% my bad. So the point is, you guys have all lived with me at one point. So I would say you know me pretty well. So I figured let's do a little trivia, see who knows me better. Let's dive a little deep, man. So everybody pull out their phones. This is what we're gonna do. Pull your phones. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're gonna type it out. When I ask you the question, I'll give you 15 seconds, and after 15, we're gonna all show the phone to the camera, and we'll see which one of you guys knows me the best.
in what? I'm sorry. What?
Just use
Like
notes,
notes?
whatever the
Sure.
easiest way to do this. Okay, so we'll start very like.
Should we screen record?
Uh,
No,
Okay,
no,
sorry.
You're editing, so that's up to you. Okay, let's start with some easy ones. Okay, I will be honest with you. I will be offended if some of these you guys don't get.
What?
So yeah, just know that.
What's the point of knowing? I'm
Yeah.
doing the game. Then.
Okay, you ready?
I actually haven't lived with
You guys share a toothbrush.
We do
True.
share a
We do share a
toothbrush.
toothbrush. Okay, here we go. First question. What is my middle name? I'm giving you like 5 seconds for this. If you don't know this, dude, you've lived with me the longest.
I don't love this answer.
Okay, this hurts my feelings. I already hate this game. All right, 3, 2, 1. What do we got?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Cool.
Boom. All right, we're good, boys. We're starting strong.
There's a story about that. I wrote that down. I was like, wait a second, because you actually convinced me once that your middle name was Connor and your first name was Daniel. So I wrote it. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, another easy one. What's my favorite alcoholic drink of choice?
Oh, easy.
Yeah, everybody should know this. And there are 2 like possible answers, but we're just gonna,
Wait, what?
Yeah. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule. The second technical answer is I'm loving Kentucky Mules right now. That's my drink of choice.
I was gonna say SoCo. Remember
Okay,
your
dude.
SoCo
Yes,
pick?
that was like.
Everclear.
Time ago. Okay, Everclear. Whoa. Okay, here we go. What's my go-to meal in the house?
I feel like I know this,
Why do
but
we even have to?
I could also miss it.
Yeah,
Because I haven't lived with him.
Dude, Dan's over here literally 24/7. When we have guests, he shows them around, he gets them the food. You know this
Yeah,
place
I
better.
usually say welcome to my home.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one that gets them a glass of water.
No excuses, dude. All right, do you have an answer?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2. Oh wait.
Yeah, I got it. It's a different version of the same thing, basically.
All right, we should go one by one. I feel like there's gonna be different answers.
Okay,
Yeah, I like
I feel that. All right, Dev, what is it?
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
I wrote a quesadilla.
I put grilled cheese initially, and then I was like, quesadilla.
Those are 2 different things. Those are
But
not
it's
one
like the
thing.
same thing.
Those are hugely different, man.
Okay, let's
It's
try.
just the
let's
bread
go.
One's American, one's not.
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's do let's dive a little deeper here. So, what's one weird thing that I do whenever I sleep?
Wait,
Yeah.
whenever or that you have done?
I do it every single night.
Oh gosh.
I would never know this.
You might, because I mean, dude, we've done like even sleepovers where like whenever I sleep, this has to happen. I can't go to sleep without this
dude,
happening.
I got
Does that make sense?
I have one.
Okay. Just take your time. Take your time. Got 10 seconds.
Never mind.
All right.
I got this.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go for it.
I put wearing socks.
Wearing socks.
You turn the fan on?
Turn the fan
I
on.
had the
really
fan
That's a good
on.
one. That's a good
Dude,
one.
you guys are all right. I love that. That makes me so happy.
Okay.
So, yes, we're gonna say.
I was gonna say the night terrors.
Because you guys' feet were touching.
Oh, that's different. Yeah. So that's one weird thing about me. I literally cannot sleep if I do not have a fan going. If I am not wearing socks, that makes me so happy. You guys know that about me.
I feel like
Wow.
you know the socks because you guys your feet
Yeah.
touched
Yeah,
at some
and
point.
I
you know,
know-
my feet would hang off the top bunk,
I know.
and I would feel socks.
Wait, what is this night terrors? Do you have night terrors?
So during college,
This is actually crazy.
so Casey is my roommate in college, and I pretty much we're like during like peak engineering time, we're sleeping like 4 to 5 hours a night. It was crazy, and I would hallucinate. I would hallucinate like almost every night for like a season.
About what? Like
It
what
was
were you
the
seeing?
weirdest thing. So Casey was above me and I was below. We were in bunk beds, and so I would
So you have more room for activities, right?
always more for activities, 100%. Oh man. So it was weird. I would see things in our room like this sounds so creepy. I would see like a dude standing in the room, and I would yell, be like, hey. Like, get out! Like, what are you doing?
You remember this? Like,
And Casey was in the room, and it was weird stuff. So and I would like try to touch the person. Did you like see my arm? Like, what do you remember?
Yeah, I think I saw your arm once, and I was like, "Yo, you okay down
I
there?"
was like,
I'm moving out.
It was weird. I literally thought there were things there that weren't there, and I was just like,
Wow.
I think that was just a rough season of life. You know?
yes.
College.
The only reason I knew the fan is because I slept on your floor once and I couldn't sleep because the fan was so loud.
So when I travel,
going
I
on?
have a fan app on my phone that I play because it literally
It pumps air.
Yeah, I literally can't
He's like,
sleep
"Oh,
without
that's
it. Okay, all right, let's do this. We can have a little longer this one. What is a pet peeve of mine?
Name numerous things.
Huh?
And name numerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just name one. Just name one.
A pet peeve.
Yeah. What's a pet peeve?
I have one, but I feel like it would ruin the podcast.
You can bleep you out. All right, give me 10 seconds.
Oh no.
I feel like there's a lot more.
I can think of one specifically.
Okay. I'm curious to hear what you think, to be honest with you, because I know
I would
mine.
always get pushback on this. So I guess it's a pet peeve.
I guess so.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
How's it going,
Good,
buddy?
Dan?
I have a lot to write.
Right in a novel
Okay.
over
All
there.
right, here we go. I'm giving you 10 seconds.
I'm ready. I'm done.
Okay.
You said like.
Let's start with Dev. Dev, what do you got, man?
Guacamole on burritos.
Wow.
Every time we go to Chipotle. Well, that might be changing now because you eat avocados.
Oh, we're getting
It's,
in there?
it's forced. It's forced. I hate guacamole. Yeah, I guess that's a pet peeve. We'll give you that. It's a safe answer. All right, Dan, what's up?
Mine is when people like ramble on with their stories,
Mm.
and it's and you have to give the answer. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah, I wrote one out, and that pretty much goes with that. So what do you got?
Mine was when people get too close to you, like take away.
I do.
it's a big
I
one.
hate
When
that.
people
I
grab
hate
your
that.
shoulder,
Yeah, I
oh, man.
hate that.
I love seeing that.
The one
It's
that
one of
I
my
wrote
favorite
down, the
things.
one that I wrote was I hate when people ramble, and then also when everybody like when people agree with me.
Yeah,
that
I've noticed
pisses
that
me
too.
off. And
I
it's
like that one.
Yeah, no. Okay, here we go.
No, you don't.
Ready for this one? Okay, what is there's two answers for this. My favorite song ever, and a hint is I can play it on the piano.
Oh,
Done.
What's the name?
I can't spell it.
I need that so
You
quick.
can't spell it?
Mine auto-corrected for me.
I can literally like hear you playing it.
It's not chopsticks.
I'm drawing a blank.
You got nothing? All right, it's okay.
There's
give
only
your
a couple
best shot.
songs out in the world. So.
Okay. I have something.
Okay. All right. Start with Casey.
Hallelujah.
It is
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
that's what I wrote.
I had Amazing Grace.
Yeah. All right. That also is a good one. Okay, so my two ones are Hallelujah and then also the Elvis Presley song "Can't Help Falling in Love." Two favorite songs all time. Okay, we'll do three more. Okay, if I could have a perfect restaurant, what would be on that menu? There are two items on that menu. What would it be?
Okay, got the first one.
It's pretty much my two favorite food combined, which does not exist in a restaurant to this day.
Well,
Both of you guys should
I don't know. I can think of.
think a couple names. Okay, let me
Oh,
put
wait,
this.
wait, wait.
One's eating and one's drinking. Let's put it that way.
Oh.
I feel like that's too easy though. Do you still
Wait,
not know?
It's not the Moscow Mule and a quesadilla.
It's
Nope,
actually pretty solid guess though.
it would be a pretty solid guess. But you can get that in restaurants already.
You can't get in
this
a restaurant?
You can't
You
get
can't get
both of
in
these
the same
items in the same restaurant. I have to go to separate places to get the perfect meal, and that's what would be like my ideal restaurant.
I don't remember which one this is, but I think it's this one.
All right, we're gonna do like 20 seconds here.
No.
Yeah,
I think we all pretty much have it.
I'm good. I
Okay.
think.
Do I need to write it? Do I need to have a drink? I didn't write a drink down.
The drink is part of the answer, so it has to be. All right, we're going 10 seconds. We're just gonna go for it.
I'm getting
I don't know.
creative here.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
feeling
this is
very
it. All right,
confident in this
three.
one.
Dev, start us off. What do you got, man?
I'm saying a steak and one of those Hawaiian.
The Hawaiian Suns.
Hawaiian Suns.
That is incredible. Not my answer. Dan,
I'm gonna write. I said burritos and a porterhouse steak. So
that's closer. Okay.
but I also wrote down pog. Because I think
So far
you
off.
always have
So
pog.
far off. All right, and
Actually,
what
that's a.
Hey, we're
that's an
thinking
interesting
Hawaiian.
okay.
I wrote down a quesarito and a blizzard.
Okay.
But
Casey's the closest.
My first thought after Dan said pog was eggnog.
Okay.
Is
The
that part
eggnog
of
is
it?
incredible. No. So my ideal one is pretty much close to Casey. Chipotle burrito with an Oreo milkshake. If I could combine those two, that is
That
literally
Oreo milkshake.
that is
Blizzard,
the perfect
same thing.
meal for me, and that would be my restaurant. Okay, let's do what do we got? Two more. All right, this is a good one. I'm curious about this one. What's a pet peeve about living with me?
What?
Yeah, he
So
just starts
we just-
typing. Yeah,
Yeah.
just go. I want to hear it. What's something that I can see your fingers moving, but I can't type anything. Just go for it, man. What's one thing that was just like, dude, I hate that you do this. I'm so curious. It's gonna be emotional. Only therapy after this, you know.
There's only like one thing I can think of.
I can't. What's that word?
Same. I got one.
Oh,
Just think
I
one.
got
Just
so
one thing.
many, I don't even
This
live
is
with you.
also super random.
A lot of my answers revolve around one thing.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's just hear it. Dev, what is yours?
Slurping burritos.
Slurping burritos? Okay, it's true.
We'll just be both sitting there on the couch eating our burritos and it's.
Oh, dude, literally,
Burrito,
my
man.
favorite thing about the burrito is that the last bite, all the juices are at the bottom of the salsa, like the sour cream, like just the chicken. It is so good. So that's
It
my
is
favorite
good.
bite.
It is good.
It's the best bite. It's the last bite. All right,
Oh, should I stop?
all right. Casey's up. Casey's up. All right, Casey, what do you
You
got?
want me to go?
Yeah,
No, I'm done.
Casey.
I'll go.
The only thing I could think of in college,
Yeah.
you would work out with your beats and then you would put them on the TV, like on the side of the TV,
Oh!
and it would be like this small little sweat ring, like on the one like top corner of the
That's
TV.
such a good pet.
And it
peeve,
was
yeah.
like I didn't really care except
Yeah.
for the fact that it was like, why are
Why?
you doing
Yeah.
that?
I'm so sorry. That's hilarious. It's
Is
true.
this the first time you brought that up?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. This is why I
That's way
wanted that.
funnier. That's way funnier.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, Dan.
Definitely passive aggressive comments.
Really?
Dude, those are the best.
They're the best. They are the best, but at the same time, I'm always every single time just like.
Oh, dude. Dang. Okay.
And now I know that because I said that, there's gonna be so many more of them.
No, we would never do that to you, Dan. Yeah. All right, we're good. I know, right? Let's see. Let's do one last one. Okay.
I wrote down like 10 things.
Yeah,
Just to piss you
that. Okay. Let's do. What is? I don't know if you guys would know this, but you might. What's my favorite place I've ever visited in the entire world? Do you guys know?
Yes.
Grand Rapids.
Yeah. Oh, gross. I'm throwing up.
Favorite place in the world?
Favorite place in the entire world. And I'll give you a hint. Devin and I were not together when I was there.
I'm gonna write down the first thing that popped in my mind.
We're gonna bleep that
Got a great answer for this.
I love it. Okay. Dave, you got nothing yet?
No, give me a second.
Okay.
Just think of the places he's been without you, because it's not very many.
Okay.
Alright, I got something.
All right, we'll start with Casey. What do you
Okay, so when we were in college, you had mentioned this random hole-in-the-wall milkshake place in San Diego that you said
Wow.
you had the best milkshake
got? Wow.
in the whole world.
That was one of my questions on here, and I didn't think anybody would get that. That makes me so happy to know that.
That's what I'm putting.
Which in San Diego is
Which
the
which?
best milkshake place in the entire world? I literally have a list of all the best milkshake places I've ever been to, and that's the number one. That makes me so happy you know that.
So that's my answer.
I
Wow.
don't think I've ever heard that.
Really?
No.
I've heard it before.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
keep a list, and that's the top one. Hole in the wall in San Diego called Which. All right.
I wrote my bedroom.
Ah, man. Have I been there? I have been there.
No,
Jeff,
I did.
Jeff,
I wrote
had-
the coast of Italy.
Yeah, Cinque Terre.
Cinque Terre, I couldn't think of the name.
That's my answer.
That's what I had.
That's what you had?
I got you,
Dude, I love that. Well done, team.
Oh.
I can't wait to see what you do for editing that. That's going to be awesome. All right, team, well done. Thank you so much. I feel so known.
You feel loved?
I do feel loved. No, genuinely, there are things that like I wasn't sure you were going to get, and you got
That
it,
was
you know?
good.
Well done.
That was
Okay.
That was a good game, man. That
Was
a
good.
Is this a good time to hear a word from our sponsor?
Word from our sponsor.
Our sponsor today is Light and Fit. Original Greek yogurt. It's only 80 calories. It's got 12 grams of protein. Thanks, Light and Fit.
Crazy.
Anyway! I love it. Okay, so for the topic this week, some stuff I want to talk about, kind of the things I sent out were, the question I sent you guys was, what does being busy look like to you? What does being productive look like to you? Is there a difference? And the whole point of this and kind of what I'm getting at is, like distraction is kind of like a destroyer of depth. So that's kind of where I'm going with this of, like so many times people are like, oh dude, like I'm so busy. Oh, I'm working my butt off. You know, I'm super busy. So it's like, I had somebody ask me the other day, like, so when are you gonna stop? Like, so like that's on me. So is being busy a good thing? Is it, like, if used the right way, is being productive better? Like, let's talk about this. What do you guys think about that?
I think being busy is kind of just like finding something to do. So I feel like a lot of people, like like you said, when people are like, oh, I'm so busy, it's not like people, like, granted, a lot of times people are actually, they just have a lot on their plate, you know, they're doing work. I mean, like, I feel like you do this, I feel like you do this a lot too. You finish work and then you got another project that you're working on. And then after you finish that project, you actually have another project to work on. So you're actually just a busy person. But there's also people who are always like, oh, I'm so busy.
So
and
you
it's
think
like,
that,
what are you busy doing?
Yeah.
And a lot of those people are busy worrying about the things that they need to do or worrying about work or something. So, and it's their thoughts that are really taking
Do you think when they say, hey, like, dude, I'm so busy, like, do you genuinely think they are busy? Like, with... Like, is it all important things? Is it like they're just saying that just say that? Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think people build it up in their own mind what they need to do. They're like, oh, what I need to do is going to take so much time. And I think if they can condense it, and they won't be so busy.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think you guys are busy?
I would say yes, I'm busy, but not always productive.
Okay. So
which productive?
What's the difference there?
Productive to me is based around where my goals are.
Okay.
So if I'm making steps towards achieving those goals, I would call that like true productivity.
Yeah, you're being productive.
But I mean, I would say in the past like month or so, I've been busy without being productive. I've just been filling my like time with not valuable. Like I'm not getting myself to the end goal.
Okay. What do you think about that?
That's funny. I've actually like expanded my view of productivity recently because I feel like I was so much focused on like I need to be working on music or like editing photos where it's like my room is super messy and I can't be like at peace. So I was like, okay, if I clean my room, that's actually like an overall goal that's
towards
going to
your
help.
productivity.
You know, it's like it's one of those side tasks that you have to get done in order to like really
build the atmosphere.
Right.
So yeah.
So okay, here's a thought, because I think who is it? Jeremiah Davis. He said, redefine what it looks like to you to be busy. And I think a lot of people don't truly do that. It's just like, oh, I'm so busy. It's like, okay, so what I like what you said is like, especially this is a good thing. Like I would love to bring up right now is New Year's coming, 2020 is coming, right? We've talked about this. We want to have their goals, spiritual, physical, mental, maybe monetary goals of what that looks like. So if you have those goals set up, how do you be more productive towards those goals rather than just like, oh, I'm busy all the time, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Accountability is the first thing that just jumps into my head.
Okay.
Like, obviously, like, I mean, this podcast it's been a great start to that too. Our like weekly goal check-ins.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge. If you're not having people holding you to it, like, it's...
So then, let's say, okay, so weekly goal check-ins are awesome, and we do that, right? But if we're talking yearly goals, how do you stay accountable to that? When do you recheck in? Okay, so I'm being super busy right now. Is this actually productive towards my end goals? When should you do that? How often?
So what I've been doing, I'm like huge into organizational stuff.
Okay.
So I haven't quite done it yet, right? I've got like a month till 2020, but my goal by January 1st is to have a 10-year goal, a 5-year goal, a 1-year goal,
so good.
6 month, 3 month, 1 month,
okay,
and then weekly, daily.
Okay.
And so basically, like, be patient, like understand your 10-year goal is a 10-year goal for a reason, but also that like working every day towards that 10-year goal is important. So like make sure that all of your things that you're actually doing every day point to that 10-year goal, and then redefine like every time you hit something, so every week check back in, okay, were my daily goals like worth it? Every month check back in, okay, was this actually what I'm supposed to do? And then like every 3 months, then you can start to redefine like where those are at, because over the course of 5 years you'll probably change direction anyways.
You will.
So it's kind of like, okay, where do I broadly want to go? And then kind of redefine and realign as you take it on.
So I think this is what comes to mind for me is when you, all of that is incredible. So when do you have somebody check in on your life and be like, hey, either are you truly being productive? Like with this busyness, all those 10 things that make you busy, which one of those can go? How do you figure out is this truly productive or is this just making me busy?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is how does that evaluation process?
What does that look like?
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Well, a lot of what I've been doing is self-evaluation, and then me and my girlfriend every Sunday sit down and kind of say,
and go
okay,
through
like,
that.
what's your week look like? Like, why? She's really good about asking me, like, why are you doing this?
Which is, I was gonna say, who is holding you true to, like,
Yeah.
is this truly being productive for you and holding you?
Have you been like nixing things on the way too? Like, this was not valuable, so I'm gonna remove this.
I haven't, because I'm still like getting the system set. I've been like starting to where it's like, okay, I was gonna put a bunch of time into this, but it either doesn't fit me or it's just not working or it doesn't feel right. So like maybe I won't put as much time into it.
Do you mind if I ask what your 5 or 10 year goal is? Have you locked it in yet, or?
Not yet. I think like a lot of it because I really want to like pursue a business at some point. So like, saying like, oh, I want to be running like a $5 million a year business that is, with 50 employees, but like, all that stuff can kind of change. So it's more of like the idea, the concept for that far out. Yeah. And then saying like, okay, as you get more macro, you can say like, okay, in 1 year, I want to have $50,000 in revenue coming in from the business and 2 employees. Yeah.
See, one thing I also think is interesting is I do think when you state those goals and even write it down, subconsciously your brain starts saying, okay, how can I make this happen?
Yeah, right.
Like whether like it just starts processing and working. I think there is value in actually doing that. What were you gonna say?
You didn't know. I don't know. Just kind of like for me, this is kind of a hard topic because I've had so many different instances where I've set my mind to a goal or like by this time I want to be doing this, and then I started on that path, and then maybe a quarter of the way through or halfway or a third of the way through, I'm like, oh, this is not at all what I should be doing or like want to do. So I've kind of stopped that thing.
But don't you think
there's changed course?
There's value in that though, because you've realized
100%.
This is something that I don't want to do.
At the same time, that also means like right now I'm kind of like lately, I'm gonna say this past year actually, I've kind of just been like trying to figure it out, going like where do I go? Because I've gone down so many roads now, I feel like, and they've all been dead ends. And I've kind of been like, okay, now I need to take a step back and try to figure out this thing, and then take a step back and try to figure out this thing. So I'm kind of in a position right now where I don't really know.
Here's another thought for you though that I was thinking about is, have you ever thought about bringing in an outside source, like a mentor kind of thing? Because
I have, a bunch, and I just I haven't really found anybody that I'm just like that I really really connect with, like enough to be like, oh, wow, I really want this person to, I really want this person to like mentor me. I was leaning toward your dad a little bit like a while ago.
So I would say a completely outside source. So it's no affiliation. Okay, let's jump back. So wait, where did we leave off?
It was Casey talking.
Yeah, I was just telling Dan to finish things. I think that creating goals in the short term helps you establish like a mental state where you go into something, you finish it.
Right.
That's like kind of snowball effect, right? So even if you change trajectory,
right.
It's like you still have that momentum built up from all the things that you finished before, so it doesn't feel like a waste if you have to start over, because it's like, oh hey, I accomplished all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like what the end goal was.
And then you're learning throughout the whole process too.
Well, because the other thing too is like if you look at it as a process of you trying to figure out what you ultimately want to do, and you start finishing a bunch of stuff, you can say, hey, here's the good stuff, here's the bad stuff. And then the next time you go into something, you can say, here's the good stuff, here's the bad stuff.
And also, even from like a mental, like a state aspect is like if you do think of it a huge picture wise, of like what do I want to do with my life?
Right.
And like you said, you can't figure it out. It's almost like a very defeating thing because it's such a big goal. But if you do have those smaller goals like he's talking about, then it's like, okay, at least you feel like you're making progress.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Okay, so let's wrap this up here. Again, back to let's do spiritual, physical, mental goals. Got 1 month to do it before 2020. Let's hold each other accountable to think about that during our rest period as well. Let's go with word of the day, Dev.
Word of the day is perschnickety.
Perschnickety.
Okay, use it in a sentence.
Use it in a second.
Use it.
Dan is a very persnickety person.
Oh,
That
dude.
doesn't help.
Actually, it does. You know what I think it means?
Kind of hurts my feelings.
I think it
This
means
is a
like.
good
Do you think? Doesn't it mean like paying attention to like the small things?
Yeah.
I think it means questionable.
You think it means questionable? Wow. Casey, any thoughts, man?
I'm questioning both of you.
He's questioning both. All right.
What it's digging into the minor details.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Dang, dude. Holy Spirit right there. All right.
Did you know that? Did you heard that? Have you heard that word before?
I might have heard that. Yeah. All right, Dan, what's up? What's the quote of the day?
Quote of the day is, the more you like yourself, the less you're...
All right. So, fun fact: the card cut out before the first time when we went through all this before, and he messed up on the quote again at the same point.
Oh, man.
English is hard, dude.
No, I wrote it down wrong, so...
I have no pity for you anymore. Okay. Quote of the
Change
day.
it.
Ready? Go.
The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique. That's Walt Disney.
Let's go. Wow. Okay, guys.
What a
Thanks,
guy.
Walt.
Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. We will see you next week.
Send emails. Send an email to our email right here. Send your comments, questions, things you want us to talk
any
about.
games, any things you like, we would love that. I know. Hope you have a good week. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.